Hey everyone, and welcome to Abide. My name is Savannah Sullivan, and I serve as the Program Director for Young Adult Ministries at the National Office of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. And I'm really glad you're here. I'm glad you decided to join hundreds of young people of faith around the country as we listen to one another, pray together, build community, and try to figure out what it means to be in this moment. Our theme verse for the Abide ministry comes from John chapter 15. It's verse 9 in which Jesus says, "As my parent has loved me, so I love you. Abide in my love." Abide. I honestly had never really thought about that word too much before a young adult brought it up on the planning call for this ministry this week. And the full weight of its meaning smashed into this new reality I was living. For the past 2 weeks, I felt like I've been living in a world of waiting, of extra anxiety, of the unknown. Honestly, I felt really scared and lonely. I heard this call to abide, to bear patiently, to endure without yielding in a new way. Jesus doesn't call us to wait it out. In John, we hear an invitation from Jesus to something active. Jesus first reminds us, "As God loves me, so I already love you." We don't have to do anything to be kept in the love of God. But we are invited to respond, to abide. We are invited to continue to intentionally and mindfully be present with God, and we can exercise that patience and endurance together. We don't have to pretend it's super easy to just do that. It's not like Jesus calls us to abide but doesn't know how awful things are or can get in our lives. The Greek word translated abide here shows up a couple times in the Gospels, and 2 times are in 2 different accounts of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, a time when he is literally facing death. And he asks his disciples, his friends, to abide, to remain with him. Remaining is not always easy. But in this moment in the world, we remain, we abide in love and out of love. We are promised that we abide in the love of God in our houses and here at this moment out of love for our neighbor. I don't know why you showed up here specifically, but I believe that your being in this small group is its own act of abiding. Intentionally taking time to be with God and with your small group neighbor across the country and across the world, enduring with them, bearing patiently with them, caring for and supporting one another. In this series, we'll be digging into different aspects of what it means to abide, what it means to abide in community, in anger and in grief, to abide in motion and in hope. We'll continue to ask one another, what has life looked like for you this week? Where have you experienced pain? And where have you experienced the abiding love of God? Theologian Henry Nouwen writes, Jesus invites us to abide in his love. That means to dwell with all that we are in God. It is an invitation to total belonging. The light of the Spirit reveals to us that love conquers all fear. Friends, you are invited to total belonging with God. And you're invited into belonging with this community too. In moments of fear and doubt, in moments of joy and hope this week, you are not alone. You belong. God's love abides with you, and we will abide in that love together. Welcome to Abide.